Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, who will cover another of the DSA's strategic pillars, and is that of government affairs. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the DSA Government Affairs and Legal Director, Thilo Naidoo.
Good day. I'm really pleased to address you once again at the DSA's third virtual convention. This year has proved to be an extremely significant one for the DSA and its members as it relates to the work we undertook in the areas of both legal and government affairs activities. With the central theme for this year's convention being one of bouncing forward, I can attest on behalf of the Board of Directors that we certainly took on some key challenges and have had some good wins, especially with regards to our work in the government affairs arena. Due to the pandemic over the past 2 years, our ability to drive engagement with key stakeholders, as we would have liked to, was somewhat hampered. This year, we certainly took a few steps forward in solidifying our visibility and impact with such stakeholders. The Government Affairs Strategy for 2022 focused on 3 key themes, as we sought to capitalize and leverage on the good work achieved over the past 2 to 3 years. These were namely to extract value and leverage our external networks in a meaningful way. As you would appreciate, the DSA involved itself over the past 3 years in several engagements with national government departments like the Ministry of Small Business Development, the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, as well as the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee for Small Business Development, to mention but a few. The intent with this year's approach was to deepen relations within the government network to include both local and provincial discussions with key government departments. To this extent, we have engaged both the province of Gauteng and the Western Cape on initiatives in which direct selling will be prioritized. I'm happy to report that we have progressed extensively with the Gauteng province, and together with the DSA board, are looking forward to the signing of an unprecedented and innovative MOU in which direct selling will be positioned, like it should, as a viable opportunity for small business ownership for aspiring entrepreneurs. The country's excessive unemployment rate makes this direct selling opportunity the perfect opportunity right now. Through this partnership, direct selling opportunities will be unlocked for member companies, and we remain hopeful that the government regulatory framework, through this 3-year partnership, recognizes the extensive value the direct selling industry brings to the local economy. As it relates to the private sector, we continue to engage organized business at the national level on our value and role locally. With SAHPRA, the Health Regulatory Authority, we continue to be represented at key meetings through the Industry Task Group, commonly referred to as the ITG. For those members playing in the health and wellness space locally, you would know how important this ITG representation with SAHPRA remains for us as an association. Secondly, through this approach, we have become more visible as a trade association on key issues impacting our industry. Also, through these engagements, we are able to interact with key stakeholders in an impactful way. Focusing our attention on being an authentic thought leader and influencer for the direct selling industry will remain a key objective for us moving forward. I can assure you that the approach is working well, and we will therefore take our learnings and achievements into next year as we map our government affairs approach and strategy for the next 3 years. And thirdly, through the above initiatives, we continue to contribute to the direct selling narrative in both the local and national media. Safeguarding and promoting this industry by owning and telling our own story through effective PR and communication activities will remain a key priority for us. As you are aware, earlier this year, we onboarded a new PR and communication agency, We Rise Communications. Over the past few months, we have already experienced phenomenal growth as it relates to our social media presence and local news coverage. As an example, as it relates to driving our media visibility, underpinning the 3-year relationship through the Office of the Gauteng Province's MEC for Economic Development is an extensive PR and communication plan, which will entail supporting this department at relevant community outreach events in which the voice and views of the direct selling industry will be heard. We look forward to supporting the work of the province by sharing our experiences, views, and positions on the value and role of direct selling locally. As we bounce forward, the future of the DSA looks positive. Through our aggressive efforts in the government affairs space, we are certainly punching above our weight as it relates to the impact we are delivering on the ground. A few years ago, we were perceived to be not visible enough. Now, we are certainly more visible, and through this visibility with our key stakeholders, are able to raise some critical concerns and aspects which impact our existence locally. We have come a long way and look forward to achieving so much more over the next few years. To the Board of Directors, as well as the DSA team who support these key engagements, a massive thank you from me for your ongoing support. In doing the work, we never lose sight of why we do what we do. Once again, thank you for the vote of confidence, and here's to knowing that the work we do remains critical to our overall success. Here's to bouncing forward.